We're going to be talking about the shocking XRP update, Bitcoin breaking all-time high multiple times this weekend, gold breaking all-time high, Solana, Ethereum staking ETFs, which are absolutely bonkers, like just crazy. And I'm excited, and you guys should be too. Everybody that's been here through the crypto bull market, the bear market, this last year, heck, even these last 2 years, give yourself a pat on the back because things are starting to finally look up. Things are falling into place. Yes, I know it's not instant like a lot of people would want and like previous altcoin seasons, but we're getting there. Big shout out to the channel members, to Mr. R, to Mr. Dale, to Mr. D, to Mixing. You guys, according to Block News, Bitcoin hit an all-time high of, what is it, Mixing? $215,000? Just kidding. There was a little bit of an error. That's not a real all-time high. So don't take that seriously. But we did hit a high of $125,000, which we'll talk about. Good morning to gorgeous Alexandra, to Mr. Lawrence, to Mr. Marvin, Mr. Who else? Many of you. Let's go ahead and get started because there's a lot to do. Yes, I'm wearing a little bit of a shiny shirt. I got this from the thrift. It's new, but it's a little like I got going with a little 70s vibe today. Plus, got the hair done. Me and Lo, we did our hair on when did we do it? On Friday. And after that, we went and we got those Cold Stone. We are going up. We got those Cold Stone. What is it called? The Choco Taco, the ice cream things, they were actually really good. I'm not a big cookie batter fan, but they were good. And I have a little review I'm going to drop for you guys too. Shout out to India. Let's go ahead and get started because there's a lot of exciting things and it's just getting started. Shout out to everybody, to TikTok, to YouTube, to Twitch, to Rumble, everybody. Let's get into it. All right. So this is should we start with charts now? Let's go ahead and talk about XRP first because this is really exciting news. You guys should be proud. So there's a thing that happened, okay? So this guy, Chad, was like, hey, remember that the Tectrum XRP spot ETF was not approved, or excuse me, but the Tectrum XRP ETF, I think I had them on my show. I forgot. I can never pronounce this, though. And I'm not sorry about it. They know. Was not approved by the SEC directly. They reached the deadline and the SEC didn't approve or deny the listing. So it was automatically allowed. This is the type, this is the cycle that we're in. And again, XRP is doing some really cool stuff. Love it, hate it. We talk about it a lot because you guys like it. I also really like case law, even though I'm not an attorney. And I also like to kind of watch what they're doing, primarily because they're a direct competitor of SWIFT and the banking system and all of that. They had and I love to see underdogs. They're essentially an underdog. The SEC unjustly attacked him. But moral of the story here is that XRP is like, it's not that they're silently rebuilding the financial system. Shout out to Lawrence for the $10 super chat. I hope Ethereum gets to $12,000. Wouldn't that be super fun? I hope it does come true because I am going to sell majority of my Ethereum. I know everybody's like, why are you doing that? I'm doing it because I want to buy property. I want to improve my quality of life, and I'm probably going to sell 90% of it. Could I change my mind? 100%. You can change your mind at any time with investing, especially with crypto. That's a cool thing because you own everything. Okay. You get to decide. True decentralized economy. Now, that being said, back to XRP. With XRP, it's not that they're silently rebuilding the financial system, but they're kind of leading the way. They're leading the charge. Hey, Sparkwater, nice to see you. So this is good. So when we look at like XRP doing the whole case law thing that XRP is not a security on the secondary market, or that these spot ETFs are getting approved and this ETF is getting approved, what happens is because, and it's not necessarily them. There's people that are applying on these ETFs, not necessarily on their behalf, but for their, to make money, traditional financial products. But we can kind of watch this happen and then we can apply it to the other crypto spot ETFs. And you have to remember this one, because, and I have a little bit of stuff nose, but this one, because it passed the deadline, it was like automatically approved. So we can potentially look at this as fundamental analysis and apply it elsewhere. We could probably do that. Maybe, we could put that in our bullish or bearish, your stuff. Now, with that being said, I want to say Rex Osprey filed for like 30 spot ETFs, which we're going to get into that. I did a little bit of a short for you guys on Tiki and IG, but this is good because with the government shutdown, what if the SEC doesn't have to really approve anything, and a lot of these ETFs get approved on their own because of the brand new generic listings? You got to have a futures, you got to do whatever it is. So it's not necessarily going to really impact crypto too much, right? I don't know. Let's go ahead and check it out. And if you guys are not subscribed, you do need to subscribe or follow me because it helps support me, helps support the channel. My nose is stuffy. And I post all of the breaking news for you guys like faster than anyone else does. Why? Because I am chronically online. That's why. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and read the little titty bitties here because they're important. So the 2 that's how you say 2 gram. And they were on my show. You guys should go watch it. The 2 gram 2 times long XRP ETF was not directly approved by the SEC, okay? This one is a different one. It's not a spot one. It's a 2 times long. So a little bit of leverage, a little bit dangerous. It went live because the SEC missed the deadline during a government shutdown. ETF was filed under the 40 Act, which allows products to become effective automatically after a waiting period, unlike spot ETFs. So we're talking about future. Hold on. I'm going to segue all this into you. So we're talking about futures ETFs. And we're talking about the leverage ETFs. Now, the new SEC generic listing standards indicate you have to have an established presence as a futures ETF, and this is under 1940s, to get approved. Shout out to Mr. John Germain watching me on Memorex. So, if these are just getting approved because the SEC is not responding by the deadline and they're futures or they're the leverage ones, then we have those established. Then after 6 months or they've been established, then they can potentially become spot ETFs, which is way more bullish because it allows for retail to get access. It allows for everybody. And even the accredited and the institutions and everybody else, they want access to something that's not as volatile as a futures or 2 times long, a leverage. That makes sense? I hope so. So basically, because of this, XRP is kind of like leading the way with ETFs, which is super, super cool because you guys deserve it. I'm so happy. All right, there's more to it. Let's get into it, okay? The SEC is still operating, but they're operating with limited staff due to the shutdown, and there's no active ETF reviews taking place. However, spot crypto ETFs under Act 33 do require active SEC approval, which is paused during a shutdown, but this ETF that we're talking about is filed under Act 40, which allows products to become effective automatically after a waiting period, unlike spot ETFs. So even though the government shut down and they're not necessarily able to approve spot ETFs right now, what they are able to do is they can still get the futures ones approved if the SEC does not respond. And then with that being said, then we end up getting. And XRP is kind of leading this charge, or the people applying on their behalf are essentially leading this charge. Good, fine, great, fantastic. There's more, a lot more. Now, CME. CFTC regulated options on Solana and XRP futures launch in just 1 week. So Solana options and XRP futures are launching next week. CME Group says this falls 59 billion plus in combined XRP and Solana futures volume. So this is good. We're going to continue to get more and more and more approved. This is wonderful. And these are supposed to go live starting October 13th, pending regulatory approval. But with the futures, does it need the regulatory approval? Or does if the SEC doesn't respond, do they just go live? Also, the available contracts include Solana, Micro Solana, XRP, Micro XRP futures with daily, monthly, and quarterly expiries. So basically, when we're talking about options, you say, hey, I think that this is going to go up or down, or buys or puts. I think that's what it is. This offers institutions and active traders new tools to manage exposure to these assets. Remember that new law that came out? I think they proposed to increase the daily limit for day traders, or I forgot exactly what it is, but they increased they made it easier for day traders to participate. So this is good for day traders, even though you can still trade crypto without any of this crap. But hey. So Solana and XRP futures may have already seen high adoption with hundreds of thousands of contracts traded since launch. Now, we covered this story, but I want to do, well, we covered it yesterday. Let's do this one first. So, big day, more crypto stuff, okay? These ones are important. So, Grayscale's ETH and ETH ETPs will add staking this morning at market open. GSOL, the company's Solana trust, also has active staking, and this is from Grayscale, and this is really, really cool. So what we're seeing here is we're seeing these crypto ETFs come alive with staking, which is essentially dividends. So again, we're going to have accredited investors, we're going to have retail, we're going to have people that are eligible to trade these participate, which means, and let me kind of bring this all together for you. Hedera is Hedera's wallet, like their hot wallet thingy. It's cute. They have a little coin, a little token, pack. And they remind me of hash browns. I like them. They're cute. They're like the native like Hedera wallet that you might want to use. Pretty sure it's a hot wallet. Pretty sure. I'm all over the place today. Okay, back to this. This is good. We got a Hedera story coming to, so stay around for that. It's important. It's about mainnet. You need to understand. It's a big story. Okay. So, moral of the story is, GSOL could become one of the first Solana ETFs of staking if approved for exchange trading, as Grayscale filed with the SEC to convert its fund to an ETF. This might be a little bit delayed because of the shutdown. Okay. Now, when we're talking about ETFs, okay, one of the things I also want to say is retail is exhausted. So if we want number to go up, we need to get a lot of these ETFs approved, even though I'm not like the super biggest fan of it. Shout out to Eric Burke, channel member. But at the end of the day, we want to, we need to get these approved for adoption and all that type of stuff. Plus, we'll have a lot of capital eventually flowing in because native crypto people, you, me, our moms, our dads, our aunts, our cousins, our friends, whatever, we are just tired of buying. Like, we're tired of buying. So we need liquidity to come in so we can get that liquidity from institutions. Okay, so that's good. Now, more bullish news, and this broke like Friday, okay? 30 plus crypto-related ETFs filed with the SEC this afternoon. Any crypto ETF you can possibly imagine will be filed with the SEC in the next several months. Mr. Nate says you have no idea what's coming, and this is from my buddy, Mr. James. Now, let's go ahead and look at some of these over here. They've got Aave. And they have staking and non-staking. So, and these are all Rex Osprey. Rex Osprey is like, hey. So the most notable to me is going to be Aave, HBAR. Shout out to the HBAR people. Link, Litecoin, XLM, because there's people that like that. But then we also have all these staking ones: Ada, Atom, Avalanche, Crow, Dot, Hype, Injective, Near, C, Sui, Tau. I think someone asked for BitSensor, and Tron. So I don't know why they don't have a Uniswap staking one. That's interesting. But this is crazy. And again, you have to understand, analysts anticipated about $8 billion to flood in per spot ETF. And even though these aren't going to get approved right away because the SEC is shut down, this is really great stuff. This is really, really great stuff moving forward, in my personal opinion. So there's no VeChain, but that's okay. We still love VeChain. They're doing great stuff over there. They're doing great stuff. So this is bullish. You guys should be excited. It's a good day. Good day. Also, this is from, who's this guy over here? Oh, I know who this guy is. He's a guy. Matthew Siegel from Van Eck. He's the head of digital asset research, Van Eck. He says crypto equities, 52-week high. And there's all of these over here. So these are basically crypto stocks. They're pumping. They're going absolutely bonkers, absolutely crazy over here. And why is this good? This is good because this is showing that TradFi and Wall Street and mainstream are actually taking crypto companies seriously. So this is good. What is okay? Oh, it gives you, okay, that's fine. Well, it's like one of those little 70s tops. So this is what it looks like. This is why it's like, that's why you guys don't get it. So this is what it looks like. It's supposed to be like a thing, like a little whatever. I pulled the string out because I need to restring it. But I've got the ribcage Levi's, and they're the big ones. They're the bells. You saw my foot, but you didn't see my toes. That's what it is. It's nice and cozy. It's a little chilly outside. No meatballs today. I'm going to be doing some steak. Oh, okay. All right, back into it. So basically, crypto stocks are being taken seriously. They're pumping. They're doing better than a lot of altcoins, okay? Gamer trades these things. This is something we've been telling you guys to do. Like, come on, guys. Come on. BitSensor Tau is #1 for AI on my list. Good, because it's going to become a spot ETF soon, okay? That's what's going to happen. Humana. What else do we got going on over here? Spot Bitcoin ETFs took in 3.2 billion last week, second best inflow week ever. Now 25 billion inflows this year, also crossed over the 60 billion inflows since launching in January 2024. Mr. Nate says these are ridiculous numbers, and why does this matter? Well, this matters because gold broke all-time high, Bitcoin broke all-time high, stock market's pumping, dollar also lost 10% of its value. So this government shutdown is technically good for crypto for the most part, but not necessarily for the ETFs, because for the spot ETFs that didn't have futures applications, or that weren't established futures ones. That's kind of what's going on over there. Now, this too. New special report from Morgan Stanley. We aim to support our financial advisors, clients who may flexibly allocate cryptocurrency as part of their multi-asset portfolios. GIC guides 16,000 advisors managing $2 trillion in savings and wealth for clients. So basically, this is a report from Morgan Stanley says, hey, we're going to allow our 16,000 advisors, traditional financial advisors, and they absolutely love it. And they're going to be shilling it to their clients. And then this is just Morgan Stanley. This is just Morgan Stanley. This is not, these are not the other traditional financial entities. So there's going to be trillions and trillions and trillions, not just the 12 trillion from the 401ks, but you know what I mean? Now let's take a look at price. Everything is pumping. Cake is up. Stark is up. Tau, congratulations. Someone over there loves their Tau, their AI product. Bonk, Pendle, everything is up. Ethereum up 4%. PP, Avalanche, XPL, Link. Got a Link story too. Now let's take a quick look at the charts over here. Okay. So as far as what's going on over here, Bitcoin. Wow. Look at this. Look at this, guys. If you guys want to trade with me, I'm on Femex. You could be a degenerate over there, or you can trade with me on Kraken. Kraken is also, if you don't have Kraken, you should probably get it this month because they're matching up to 2% of all crypto and cash deposits. QR code's up there. Reflink is down there. I've been doing stuff there a little bit extra this month because I want to get that 2%. Because why not? Why not? You invest in whatever you want, honey, but we do have a Linea story coming. You do what you want to do. So Bitcoin is currently at $125,384. This is the weekly. We got a bullish weekly close. The daily is looking good. We're still a little bit high in market cipher, but we still have room to go. So where do we go after? We had an analyst call for 135,000, I want to say from Standard Charter. Oh, I'm so sorry, sweetie. I'm so sorry, Patriot Dad. That's terrible. Terrible. And I agree. They do have crack though, which that might be something you can use. But take a look at crack. Now, people are saying for 135, I'm going to call 132 as the next all-time high target, like the next area of resistance. I could be wrong. That's fine though. Okay. Now, Ethereum is up as well. Ethereum is testing $4,700. We do need to break. We need to get Ethereum at $5,000. Okay. My target for Ethereum we need to hit is like $5,000. I'll be like, super excited. So everything is looking good with the market. We still have room to grow with market size. Solana is doing really nicely. It's creating some really nice strong support at 225, which is good. And in the past, where does that matter? So we can see where we have the breakdown over here with Solana back in February 2025, and then also the breakdown over here and support that was created back in 2024. All right. So things are looking okay. Things are looking good. We want to make some more support, a little bit more chop. XRP is chilling. We're having trouble breaking above $3.03, but that's okay. Link is up gorgeous, which we have a Link story. So stick around for that. It's a big one, big one. So Link is up. I love Link. I hold Link. It's currently trading at $23.37. ADA Cardano. Again, we got the news about the Cardano staking ETF. Someone's like, can you talk more about Cardano? I was like, I do, honey, anytime we get news. So we're talking about it. But Cardano's looking really nice. We're going to move these drawings. I'm going to redo my thingy over here. There we go. Oh, I need to take vitamin B. I just got really tired. And then HBAR is doing well also. We broke out above 22 cents. We're trying to trade, retest and flip the trend line into support. We do have a green dot, so fingers crossed it happens. I want to get us back in this range between about 23 and like 25 cents. That's what I want to see HBAR do. What else? Avalanche is doing okay, a little bit sluggish compared to some of the other ones. What else? I don't know. All the kinds of stuff. So that's what's going on with the markets. Now, let's go ahead and talk about our partners over at HBAR Foundation, but more importantly, what's going on with Hedera, because there's little teeny tiny of a bit of a little bit of an upgrade. Who's calling me? A little bit of the mainnet and different things. I think that's what it is. Yeah, let's see. Okay. So let's read it because we know, because I'm not a tech person. So Hedera scheduled mainnet upgrade for October 8th at 17 UTC. So if you're somebody who uses the ecosystem a lot, mark this on your calendar. It's expected to take about 40 minutes. So I probably wouldn't make any transactions or do anything on the network, probably a couple hours before and a couple hours after, just in case. Yeah, Algo is doing great too. We love Algo over here. Temporary network disruptions may occur. The main feature being added is batch transactions, HIP 551. It lets developers bundle multiple transactions into one unit, which is freaking awesome because it makes faster transactions, reduces complexity and risk of errors. It also will improve network efficiency and reliability. So shout out to them. Now, this is why Chainlink is pumping. We were doing some of our fundamental coin stuff right now. BNB Chain, okay? BNB Chain just announced that they're integrated into the Chainlink data standard to bring official U.S. economic data on chain. This is why Chainlink is pumping, and BNB Chain is going a little bit crazy right now because of all of the memes are kind of back over there again. So I'm not really playing much with memes right now, but happy to hear it. Happy to hear it. So BNB Chain partnered with Chainlink to bring official U.S. economic data on chain. BNB Chain integrated into Chainlink data standard, and data includes GDP, PCE, price index, and real final sales from U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis. This is crazy, crazy work over here. Devs can use this data to create new digital assets linked to real economic indicators. When they're talking about assets, I'm curious, like, oh, they want to build prediction markets. That's why, based on trusted government data. So basically, they want to take on Kalashi and Polymarket, but it's going to be on BNB Chain, which is really cool stuff. Wow. Supports perps markets benchmark to official economic statistical data. Ooh. Chainlink is a pretty good utility. Like there's I read it's just data, so there's no use for the Link token. Do whatever you want to do. I'm holding Link, though. I'm not going to fade this one. Oof. Helps DeFi protocols manage risk with real-world economic inputs. Now, when we're talking about Linea, Metamask dropped that they are going to have a rewards program, and it's going to be done on Linea. Swift is also partnered with Consensus, and they're also using Linea, so that rumor essentially was true. Now, there's a lot of controversy about this in particular, because like I'm like an old school Metamask user, super old school Metamask user, and literally the fact that like we should have had the airdrop a long time ago. I know that they didn't because of the public servants, but it's like we don't want to get screwed out of all our work. Like I've been using Metamask since like 2018. There's a Lupe meme coin on Ethereum that I had to get it for. So Metamask is going to launch an on-chain rewards program, and their card runs on Linea, which makes sense. So it makes sense that they're using this. 30 million in Linea tokens will be distributed in season 1. Rewards include referral incentives, MUSD bonuses, partner perks, and token access. Long-term Metamask users will receive special benefits. Program aims to compensate past users for high swaps and trading fees. Okay, I'm going to see how much I'm going to get because I've been using this for a long time. Okay, so we'll see. A little bit of a interesting bummer over here. Well, it's just interesting timing. No new orange dots. Strategy pauses weekly Bitcoin acquisitions near all-time high. Strategy holdings remain 641,000, representing more than 3% of the total 21 million supply. Is there any other information why they didn't? No, they just didn't say why they didn't. And I'm actually glad that they didn't buy any Bitcoin because number one, they're being greedy. Just kidding. Their business is what they do. And number two, he's not buying the top. So we'll see what happens. But then it could be higher next week. We don't know. All right. Also, Robinhood went down, and the reason why it's so funny, apparently it was due to AMD surge, but it's kind of funny because anytime the crypto markets go crazy, Coinbase goes down, and now Robinhood is like super pro crypto because they can be legally. So maybe they're going to be the next indicator when the market's going crazy. Also, according to Kalashi, AI searches for AI bubble are near record high today. And that's because AMD, because trading was halted on Robinhood, probably. So I don't know. That's going to be interesting to see. Pivot to crypto stocks. Why not? Also, stablecoins. This is from Bloomberg. Stablecoin leader Tether seeks capital for tokenized gold hoard. Tether's doing some interesting stuff. Also, stablecoin surge could trigger 1 trillion exit from emerging market banks, according to Standard Charter. Rising stablecoin usage could offer savers in weak economies a safer alternative to local banks. And this is 100% true. And I'm going to tell you why this is true. So I was at the bank yesterday. Actually, I made a video on it, but I'm still going to tell you. I wasn't at the bank yesterday. Sunday was closed. I get a letter from my bank saying, hey, we have a monthly service fee. It's $15 a month, but we don't charge it to you because you have X amount of accounts. And it's like, they're literally charging you money to hold your money there. You don't need banks anymore. like the Coinbases and the Krakens and the centralized exchanges, they're going to directly compete with banks, and they're actually going to give you yield. Again, not your keys, not your coins, but also too, Bored Ape NFTs are not securities. Court rules in landmark decision. The reason why, this was done in California, which is cool. California judge dismissed a class action lawsuit against Yuga Labs, ruling that Bored Ape NFTs are not securities. The judge found key differences from other NFTs plausibly deemed as securities, noting Bored Ape buyers use third-party marketplaces. I told you, XRP is not a security on the secondary market, and that is going to be, that case law is going to be used for other cases. Hello? Noting Bored Ape buyers uses third-party marketplaces, and that creator royalties weaken financial ties between Yuga and holders. Shout out to Apu. We love the little Pooh guys. Apparently you guys are buff from what I heard. The ruling gives Yuga Labs a major legal win through ape board prices remain below their peak. Yeah, that's because we're not in NFT season, but that's good news, man. Also, the Cobb letter. Basically, New York Fed inflation expectations Tuesday. Fed meeting minutes Wednesday, so we're going to have some Fed crap happening. Fed Powell speaks on Thursday. Friday, it's going to be MI consumer sentiment, MI consumer expectations, and September's job report if shutdown ends. I don't know. Do you guys think that the shutdown's going to end? Yeah? I don't know. Anyways, I have to go. Lowe's got a thing we got to take care of today. And then I've got like a lot of content to do. So I'm going to go, and I'm hungry too, but I'm going to go. Shout out to the XRP Army, and I got a really good video coming for you guys at 2 p.m. PT, so make sure to check that out. Sending you guys love and light. Bye-bye. All right, what do you guys got going on over there?